Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to those on site at Ghantoot Racing and Polo Club, and also to those tuning in here now on Polo Line. We have our first match here this afternoon in His Highness the President's Cup. Our first match this afternoon is between Ghantoot and Yas Holdings here on the Sheikh Zayed field. We'd like to thank all our media and other supporting sponsors for this His Highness the President of the UAE Polo Cup. The Abu Dhabi Sports Council, of course, our governing partner, the Emirates Polo Association, Yas International Holdings, Yas International Properties LLC, the Abu Dhabi Media, which we have to, of course, include Yas TV and Al Ittihad newspapers, Capex.com, your trusted platform for trading globally, and Porsche Abu Dhabi and Alain, along with Tack and Track, polo equipment, and all equestrian equipment can be purchased through Tack and Track up there in Dubai. Good to have you down here in Abu Dhabi sponsoring us. And we'll quickly move on to the weather and the lineups here on this rather warm spring day, blessed with a bit of a nice breeze as we get down here in Ghantoot. As you can see, there is His Highness the President of the UAE Polo Cup. Playing at number 1 is going to be Nasser Al-Shamsi for Ghantoot. At 2, Cesar Crespo. At 3, Pablo Llorente. And at the back door, Marcos Araja, the winners of the Dubai Gold Cup just a couple of weeks ago. And then for Yas Holdings, playing at number 1, Ali Almeri. Playing at number 2, Miguel Dilia. At 3, it is Manu Tocolino. And at the back door, Yaso Jacinto Crotto. Has been playing a lot with the AM organization this year, AM Polo. It's good to see him having a run down here in Ghantoot in His Highness the President of the UAE Polo Cup. A very prestigious tournament indeed. As I said, it is a little bit warm here this afternoon. It was up about 38, 39 degrees earlier in the day, but it has started to drop, even though it's only about 2 o'clock in the afternoon here, local time, in Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates. Then we're dropping probably to about 36, I think it'll be, but we've got a nice sea breeze coming in, making it a lot more pleasant for horses and players. And in Ghantoot, we'll be in the white shirts with the black arms, and Yas Holdings in their purple shirts, I suppose you'd call them. Not really, probably more of a claret colour more than anything else. It's good to see the second team coming here out of Ghantoot for Yas Holdings. With Ali Almeri getting a run here. Our umpires out on the field will be Mr. Peter Wright, and on screen at the moment, the one and only, Mr. Daniel Boudou. And our third man will be Mr. Santiago Torgueta. So we'll just have to change that. We've just been informed that unfortunately Peter Wright's not feeling too well. Hopefully it's just a bit of a tummy issue rather than anything else. And he's not become victim of the dreaded COVID, which we've been very fortunate in here, although everyone found it very hard to begin with when we had a very severe lockdown. But it has certainly paid in our favour here in the UAE. And it looks like out on the field we have Santiago Torgueta with Daniel Boudou, and I think it is actually going to be Tarquin Southall as third man. Let's hope it is only just a 24-hour little number for Pete, and Pete will be back here for our next games on Sunday. It is quite an incredible place, this Ghantoot Racing and Polo Club. This is actually the old racecourse here. It's where the Sheikh Zayed field is on, part of it. Was actually the finish, with the grandstand behind us. And this 300-hectare estate here, just over the border from Dubai, nestling in there at Abu Dhabi. We're always blessed with a nice cool breeze here from the sea. So the team's just putting the final touches on. The umpire just had a quick message from Pete. Yeah, he's feeling a little bit under the weather. It's not anything, well, fortunately, it's not anything like the nasty COVID scare. He's got a bit of a tummy issue going on, so not really suitable for him to be on a horse. So hopefully his dose of the trots will be over shortly. Maybe we'll go for the old-fashioned remedy of the old port and brandy used to work. Try that one, Pedro. I think he's over there. So two teams looking to get themselves lined up here. Just the final touches on. We're warming up with the ponies. And we'll get this one underway shortly here for our first match in His Highness, the President of the UAE Polo Cup 2021. So it looks like we'll be starting off with, then we'll do to line the two teams up with Yas. Holdings, are they deciding which way they're going yet or not? Still a little bit of indecision there. Yes, and it looks like we have Ghantoot heading towards Abu Dhabi and Yas heading out there towards Dubai. So there it is. The ball gets bowled into play into the middle line. Out it is, but now comes out at the back. It comes off, does Kaku. Flicks that one up. Couldn't quite get the ball on the bounce this time. In comes the backhand there from Delia. Delia's backhand intercepted and taken on forward by Crespo. For Ghantoot, opens shoulder, drives this one up forward, up towards the goal it goes, but it comes off the pony, leaves that one behind. Driven in once more, but unfortunately, it just goes wide. So the ball will be placed down here now for Hasselgrotto to bring into play for Yas Holdings. Players called by umpire Widu. Yasso taps it up forward. This time goes on the neck, stretches it out here this time. Looking to get that one up for Mano Togolino. Togolino bang first onto this one. It's going to be the ever Araja. Gets that one in up there for Crespo. Try to make it on the meat. But he couldn't get hold of that one then. Crespo's dribbling this one all the way. Tap, 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 tap. He interferes with the post, but just make sure he tickles that one away. In the goal it is. Goal number one there for Ghantoot. One goal it is to Ghantoot. You can see in the replay here, those on polo line. He picks that one up nicely, goes forward, coming back to put the pressure on him. Couldn't quite get in there close enough. Getting dangerously close to that post, and he decided, I'm still going to make sure of it, and taps that one away. Through the goals it is. So lining up here now with Ghantoot heading towards Dubai. Yas towards Yas and Abu Dhabi. Into play it is, but it's going to be Kako on that once again. Looking for something out of there. Stocolino left it behind for Manu. Manu picks it up here now. Taps it out forward towards the ball, just trying to control the ball, just bobbling a little bit uncharacteristically here. Takes it forward once again. Pony just not quite coming as he would like to do so. Looks up, checks up, sends this one in towards the goal from a distance, and he does. But oh, it just goes wide. Wide it is. Cross the face of goal on this occasion here for Mano Tocolino. So, players call for the first hit in here this time for Ghantoot, to be brought in by Kaku Raja. Kaku taps it up forward. Kaku drives it out here this time, putting it up there for Crespo, but it looks like Manu got the better on that one there. Close the inside, controls the inside of the field, getting with the backhand. Set it up now for Hassel, but once again, covering it well, anticipating as ever. It is the one and only Kaku. Goes across the face. Oh, and he dangerously leaves that one right in front of goal. Then again comes the next shot there. Couldn't quite get as much as you'd like to do so, and the ball just goes wide. Too much angle on that one there for Jacinta. I didn't think he was really expecting Kaku to leave that one behind. He did. Caught him by a bit of surprise and had to make a little bit of a slap shot at it and couldn't quite get what he wanted out of the ball, and out over the back line it goes. So Kaku gets a lucky let off there, and under the neck he comes with here this time. Kaku Raja opting this time to go for. Rebel sends it up here. Good driving shot there by Llorente couldn't get onto it. Good Crespo. He just got hooked off out of it. Was now picked up and taken a little bit further by Manu. But in comes across there. Does Nasser on the near side. Picking it up now is Manu. Makes a turning play. Manu Tocolino, always cool. Goes for a big driving shot here this time. Sends this one up in towards the middle of the field. With a lot of pressure there on his teammate. We get hold of this ball. Tries to steal it. Does Llorente, but it's now coming away is Crespo. Crespo gets a good ride off there by Tocolino, but in comes Kaku picking up the spoils here now. Kaku, oh, and uncharacteristic, he leaves that one behind. Oh, they're really not quite coping with it out here this afternoon. Goes with a good driving shot, does Pablo. Pablo sends this one in towards the goal, but it's just gone wide. A little bit of nerves, a bit of stress out here. You got two home teams playing against each other. Maybe there's a bit of that pressure on them. But they should be used to the fields, as this is home for them. So coming up onto it here now. Nice driving shot there by Chiasso out wide, trying to get up to Tocolino, but doesn't quite have the legs on it. And Kako comes in across the face of his own player and picks this one up. In comes Manu to come and hook him, does so, hooks him, takes it out, comes off the pony, couldn't quite take it any further. Picking this one forward, Dilia here this time goes with a big neck shot, drives this one in. But it looks like it's going to be Ali Almiri first to this one here now. Ali takes a nice short shot, keeps it around the corner. In comes Nasser, comes in with the ride off, plays a good tail backhand there by Nasser Al-Shamsi. 2 goals there for Saw it, and there he comes under the neck there. Does Llorente with the driving shot, but it just goes wide. So Ghantoot to put a little bit of pressure here on this Yas goal, but unable to actually capitalise on their opportunities. About halfway through the first chukker of this 5-chukker match, our first match of this, His Highness, the President of the UAE's Cup, Polo Cup 2021. National champion onto it here now. Took it forward, tried to play the backhand. Waiting for it there, though, was Almiri. Almiri couldn't quite pick that one up, but the man who always can is going to be Araja. Araja forward, then the backhand out there for Llorente. Llorente up on this one here now. Turns in behind his man, takes a long driving shot. It looks like it's pushing it wide, leaving a lot of work there for Nasser, who gets pushed off out of it by Almiri. Leaves it behind this occasion. The backhand comes in, quickly coming around onto that one there is Tocolino looking for something, but no. Crespo, and in comes Crespo, and he puts that one away. You just see on that there where took it forward, backhand comes in, came around the front of it, so the Yas player thought, but no, not to be. And through the goals it is. 2 goals it is now to Ghantoot. So the ball quickly back into play once again. Into play it is. Looking for the backhand, looking for something out of that. There was Llorente, but no, nothing to be given, but the whistle did go eventually. Let's see what the umpires decide on this. We can see from the replay coming forward on it, as you can see probably quite clearly there, well, not probably whatsoever. Pablo set himself up on the near side. Ali Almiri did have the right to play it on the stick side, but unfortunately to swap over was just a little bit too late, and we start off with a penalty here now for Kaku Raja. And you can see on Polo line we have the safety measure set up there, reminding everyone, although we seem to have everything under control, the only reason why we have things under control here in the UAE is because people are being vigilant about their actions and their attitude by keeping their distance 3 meters apart and using plenty of sanitizer too. So here it is, going forward up on the play once again, keeping forward, trying to run this one in was Llorente, but it just goes wide. So bringing it in here now, Hassel sends that one long, first time, up to the front door here this time. Goes with a first time shot, looking to send that one up there for Ali Almiri, but I don't think he can come onto that one there as Pablo settles himself onto the play. Llorente makes a turning play away from the players here now. Llorente gets his head down, ball bobbling, takes it in the air because he can, plays a bit of tension that couldn't quite reach out far enough on the near side, but Crespo, his man's in there to try to help him, overruns that one a little bit. Now it's left here for Kako Raja coming forward, looking for his own man to clear out the way, leaves himself a very acute shot indeed, but unfortunately it just goes wide and straight across the face of goals it is. Cleared out of the way there and out towards the far side there for Manu Tocolino. Tocolino on it here. The first hooter has gone. Drives this one up forward, up the front door here now. And it is that man, Almiri, coming onto it. Can Eli Almiri straighten it up here? Goes with the driving shot. He might have got a little bit too much angle on that one. It's a little bit too straight. Gets to it. Gets a little cut shot across the face of goal. Couldn't find the goals on that occasion, but it's kept into play. Backed out of it once more. Tocolino can't get onto that play, but it's now left for Crespo. Crespo drives it out. Hoops the ball out of there to keep it out of Ghantoot's goalmouth area. And there goes the second hooter to end chucker number 1 with the ball just short of the halfway line, with the score being 2 goals to Ghantoot. And Yas International Holdings still looking to open up their account. We'll just have a slight break here now, ladies and gentlemen, for about a minute and a half to hear from some adverts from Polo Line and our sponsors. So 2 teams back on the field here now to start chucker number 2 with 2 goals in it to Ghantoot. And Yas International Holdings still looking to open up their account, which I'm sure they will come back shortly. Had a couple of opportunities. That first chucker a bit tense possibly, and the ball gets bowled back into play here now by Santiago Tolotor. Sends this one up forward. Does. Delia drives that one up the front door, trying to reach that one up. Dalia Mary couldn't quite get it as far, but it's going to be Kaku. Kaku comes in, backhand, lofts it. Didn't quite get the distance to look for. Delia over the top of that one there. But in comes Llorente, takes it forward, casually goes back to it and puts it into the tail, underneath the tail for Crespo. Crespo being marked on that one there. Oh, and in comes Delia, comes to make picks his pocket out of that one there. Comes forward, gets a bit of confusion on where to go, comes forward. Nice shot underneath the neck there for Manu, but he couldn't get onto it. But it's that man once again. Kaku Raja drives this one up forward. Sorry, no, it wasn't. It was Llorente. Put it up forward for Kaku, but it is going to be Hassel. Hassel sends it back in there for Tocolino once again. Tocolino being marked by Crespo. Tocolino on the boards, looking to straighten this one up here now. Waits for a little bit of a window to open up here and takes it forward here and sends a good driving shot from a distance. It's looking good. It's looking very good indeed. That's the way to play it from Manu Tocolino. First goal on the board there for Yas. Then we can see on the replay here, he just waits for the window just to open, goes with the driving shot. Great penalty taker, very accurate hitter of the ball indeed. He's certainly somebody that people should be watching if you're learning to play polo. And actually, even if you play polo to a good level, watch his swing, analyze it a bit, and you can learn a lot from him. So the ball gets bowled back into play once again. It flukes off out the side here now. They're up onto the play once more. Comes under the neck, looking to get that one forward. But again, Kaku Araja comes back, closes the back door, comes with the backhand, puts it open rather than under the tail because there would have been too much traffic, but it was well read there by Manu. Manu comes on the play, but gets bumped off out of the play. Onto it here now is Llorente. Turns back inside his man, looking for a little bit of space to make something of it. Pony just skews on him slightly, straightens it up this time and puts it straight down the boards, keeps it nicely in play. Gets stopped there by Castro, sends the backhand out into the middle of the field, setting up his man, but it's going to be Bablu, quick as a flash once again, comes up onto this place, straightens up beautifully. Watch this little chestnut mare run here now, and he's going to put this one away, I can guarantee that. Flicks it back inside in towards the goal, and straight through it is. 3 goals it is now to Ghantoot. 1 goal to Yes International Holdings. You see him coming down. We've seen this mare an awful lot whilst being through the season. Taps this ball back in towards the goal, gets the head down and runs well, grabs that ground. Certainly covers it well. Instead of hooking the horse up hard, decides to come back onto the sand rather than hooking the horse up hard on the grass. The sand out there is quite firm, so it's okay. There's no need to be worried about going into some deep sand, but the ball's already back into play and is going to be Kaku Raja coming away here now. Kaku coming wide, just keeps it short so it doesn't get too close to those balls with the risk of putting it out over them. Looks up towards goal, goes with the driving shot. Tries to pick it out of the air. There does Nasser Al-Shamsi, but it is going to be Tocolino to clear it away for Yes Holdings once more. Out towards the side he comes here now. Drives that one up the field once again, but first back onto it. Oh, and quickly stealing that one there. Delia underneath the nose there of Llorente. Looks up, checks up, straightens this one up nicely and puts it in towards the goal. Is it going to sneak inside that left goal post? It does. A beautiful play there. Putting another one on the board for Yes International Holdings. Yasser Kroto comes in here now. Nice play. Kept his distance. Checked up on the play. Looked to see where the goals were. Got that beautifully underneath the neck. And through the goals it is. 3 goals it is to Ghantoot. 2 goals it is to Yes Holdings International. Or Yes International Holdings, rather. So 2 teams back to the middle, ball back into play. Up on the move once again. This time Delia goes under the neck here. Looking set. Hassel going up forward here, playing in the number 4 shirt, but moving forward all the time. But it is just going wide. Just pushing off wide out towards the left-hand side of the goalpost. And it looks like a couple of players are just going to quickly go and change ponies. Take this opportunity here now with just over 3 minutes left on the clock of chukker number 2 of this 5-chukker match. The ball will be brought back in by Crespo. Now picked up by Kaku. Kaku sends the troops up forward. Taps that one, not quite as much onto his like. In comes on Ali Almiri. Ali Almiri picks this one up nicely here now. But it's going to be collected by Manu. Makes the turn. Nasser Al-Shamsi trying to keep him honest and get him to release this ball, but Manu reckons he's got the confidence and the horsepower to keep on going, runs this ball forward, does so, straightens it up a little bit further here now, but you've got Crespo to get past. Crespo, unselfishly, just takes the hook, allowing Shamsi to play the backhand, but it's only as far as Grotto sends the backhand in once again, in towards the goals it is, but just pushes a bit far, and wide it goes. So the score remains the same, 2-3, and we have Crespo quickly changing here. Players called, they're not going to be waiting. Good shot there of our third man, Mr. Tarquin Southall. So we have Araja. Comes under the neck here this time. Araja up on the move. Out towards the far side of the field from the grandstand. Checks up the pony here now. Puts on the skids. Here's a couple of calls. Sends this ball up forward, but it looks like there's a swarm of purple shirts onto this one here, even though Crespo's coming back at it hard. Crespo just gets pushed off out of that one there. Nice backhand there by Hassel, trying to come onto it. This time it is Llorente. Llorente comes onto the play. Llorente. Pony kicks that one, loses it, spoils it. First onto it is going to be Tocolino, but as he does, just gets caught out on the hop there a little bit by Llorente. He's saying, but why? He's a near side play every day of the week. Pony just loses the line on that one there as he does. He actually just possibly comes across the front of Llorente. The umpire's deciding. And nothing to be moved up from here. And it looks like we're going to have a spot penalty. Penalty 5 in favour of Ghantoot. Let's see if Kaku's got his confidence boots on today here and going to go in 1. I'm sure he'd have probably heard me. So players called. A good 100 yards out from the goals. Kaku Raja. Takes a good driving shot, as I said, it's well within reach. It's still in the air and it's over the back line. Unfortunately, this time just wide to the right it is. Kaku Raja currently playing off 6, was formerly 8 goals in Argentina at one point in time in his career. And he certainly wouldn't look amiss if he was at least 7. By the way, he's been playing this season here in the UAE. The ball gets brought into play there by Hassel. Hassel brings it forward. Manu picks up the play here now. Taps it once, drives it up, looking to get that one forward, but not enough onto that one there. Backhand by Araja, looking to set up Pablo, but it looks like he's just going to lose play here this time as it's picked up by Ali Almiri. Ali Almiri comes forward, gets hooked off out of that one there. Under the net goes Nasser Al-Shamsi. Nasser sends this one back for the backhand of Yassor, but he gets his pocket half picked, and it is going to be Pablo takes this one out from underneath his nose once again. It looks like he's going to tap this one all the way home. Pablo Llorente puts it through the goals for Ghantoot here at the end of chukker number 2, making the score 4 goals it is to Ghantoot, 2 goals it is to Yes Holdings. And so once again, ladies and gentlemen, we will now go to a quick break. Whilst the players change, Manu's still having a bit of a chit-chat with the umpires out in the field, but you can chit-chat as much as you like, but it's all over and done with. It's why it's called the past and the present and the future. The future is a present, or the present's a present. So, whilst I keep rambling on, 4 goals it is to Ghantoot, 2 goals it is to Yes Holdings, and we'll just have some messages here now from Polo Line. Welcome back to all the viewers of Polo Line. We'd also like to hear a few messages you can. You know all the usual ways of getting in touch with us here through Twitter, through Facebook, and also, of course, on WhatsApp and Instagram too. So the 2 teams lining up once again it is. 4 goals it is to Ghantoot, 2 goals it is to Yes Holding. Here at the start of chukker number 3 of this 5 chukker match. The first match of His Highness, the President of the UAE Polo Cup. I thought we were all on board, but no, it looks like we're just waiting for one more to come and join him in the form of Miguel Didia. So Miguel's here, and we have Bilou to bowl this ball back into play to get this match underway once more. Bilou bowls the ball into play it is. Comes away with it here, does Crespo. Crespo comes away, gets his man out there in front. Over shoulder, drives this one up the field here, but it looks like Yasser's there first in front of Kaku. Yasser looking over his shoulder, so his teammates are. Manu comes out wide, giving him somewhere to pass this ball up to, does so. Plays that nice teamwork there, linking up well with Manu. Crespo in contention here, looking to force him to make the play. Does so, puts it back up the middle of the field. Yasso looking to try and get onto it, but can't. Pablo managed to pick this up a little bit awkwardly, but of course he does solidly. Beats his man on that one there, but he just gets ridden off out of it this time by Yasso. Yasso comes in with the backhand. The backhand comes in now. Can't come onto that one there. But so he stops, takes the man, does Delia, and sends the backhand into the middle of the field rather than coming forward onto it, quickly onto it once again. Here this time is Llorente. Takes it wide. In hot pursuit is going to be Tocolino. Turns it down the boards here this time. He's got Kaku out in front of him as well as everybody else. Plays a little short shot up there for Kaku. Kaku goes for the one-time play, drills this one up forward, trying to get that up there for Crespo, but it just stops a little bit awkwardly. And first look onto this one is Ali Almiri to clear it away for Yes Holding. But first onto it is going to be Crespo, who plays the backhand, and it just goes wide. So the ball's placed on the back line here now for Hassel Crotto to bring in once more. Crotto. Ali Almiri, of course, goes drilling up forward. They take the other option, allowing Kaku to come onto this one, who reciprocates with the backhand, trying to set up Nasser, but it's sent in once more with a backhand by Yasso. Yasso waiting up the front there, waiting on the near side, picks it up nicely, gets an awkward bounce there. Does Amiri couldn't pick it up cleanly, but it's going to be once again Pablo. Pablo on the move here now. Llorente for Ghantoot. Looks up. Takes a good driving shot in, trying to get that one up for Crespo, who goes all the way with it himself, and it looks like it's gone straight through the goals. It is, putting goal number 5 on the board there for Ghantoot. Ghantoot 5. Yes Holdings 2. Here in Chukka number 3. Confidently just checks up on that play and drills it in straight through the goals. So lining up once more for Badu to get it underway. Badu bowls this ball into play once more. Drives it up here now, sends it up forward, does Miguel Delia. Comes under the neck, but it looks like there's a swarm of white shirts. Are going to get to that one first. Underneath the neck here, nice neck shot there by Pablo, who's going to be first onto it. It's going to be Tocolino. Tocolino just checked up the pony, gets a little bit of protection there by Almiri. Turns back inside of Kaku. Keeps moving this ball forward himself. He's got Hasso in behind to give him the support. Hasso looks at this one, drills it in towards the goals here this time, and it's going to be backed out of there once again by Pablo. Swooping onto this one is Crespo. Crespo. In behind him is Araja. Crespo straightening this one up here now. Looks to pick that one up forward, does Manu, but couldn't quite get back onto his own play, and it's going to be Crespo to feed it up once more. Doesn't reach Nasser. Calls Hassel to go forward, does Manu, and sends it under the neck, feeding it up for Hassel this time. One-time play, nice open running Polo here now. Hassel looking for his man, tries to drill this one. Unfortunately, just left that one behind as Ali Almiri was up front looking for a bit of the action there. As turning back on the play as Crespo puts it down the boards here for Araja. But it is going to be Manu, comes up to this one first. Couldn't pick that one up cleanly, but it is going to be Hasso, I think it is, drills this one forward once more, trying to get that one up, and it looks like we've got Manu up the front door. Backhand came off the pony, falls nicely for Manu. Manu just drills this one in towards the goals it is. It's bouncing, it's bobbling, and through the goals, this one bobbles. Goal number 3 on the board there for Yes International Holdings. 3-5 is a score. You just see Manu just looking at the goals and says, thank you very much indeed, we'll take that one. A few players quickly leave the field on this rather warm afternoon, but as I said before, we have a nice cool summer sea breeze. The spring is certainly here in the UAE. Quite often we end up playing. So there we go, the ball gets bowled back into play. No official change has been called, so play it is, and it's going to be Crespo onto this one here now. Couldn't get onto it. Little backhand to change the line of play there by Pablo. Sends it for Kaku. Kaku sends this forward. Tries to get up Crespo, but Crespo can't come onto this play, so it's going to be Manu to pick it up here this time. Here are the calls. Open whichever one he wants to go for. He comes pretty straight there at the end of the day, and it's going to be Kaku to try and clean up, but couldn't quite do so. But it's going to be Hassel onto the play here this time now. Comes with a big neck shot here. A nice drive neck shot down the boards. Here it is. Ali Almiri told to get onto that, told to leave the play, but it's now left for Pablo. As Delia couldn't quite get the better of him this time here, and it's going to be Pablo with swooping round in support once again is Araja.
ever safe. It is Pablo dribbling this ball forward, takes the ball in the air, but takes this one up forward, but there's no white shirts in front of him to pass that one up to, and it's going to be Hasselkrotter to open the shoulder and back this one back into the play once more. Well read there. They probably know each other very well. They play a lot of practices together as well, as it is. Crespo puts it in, gets under that one there, does Kaku as the ball goes up, but not a lot of distance, and allowing Hassel to come back onto this one here now and feed it up the front door once again. And that man, Ali Almiri, is well positioned, but they've left him an awful lot to do with the ball right out towards the sides here now. Ali Almiri looks to check up, couldn't quite control that one there, and it's going to be Crespo to make the turning play back inside. Crespo taking control of things here now for Ghantoot, passing it up, nicely picked up on the near side in the air. Does Pablo. Pablo sends it forward. He's got two options. He's got Nasser and he's got Kakuraja, but Nasser gets pushed off out of it by Tocolino, closing the door once again on Ghantoot. But first onto this one here is going to be Delia. Delia coming forward towards the goals, and it looks like he's got his man chasing after him here, but it's up to the 60-yard line, tapping this one forward and trying to control it. Couldn't quite do so. Reaches out a long way on the near side. No, it's actually Hassel. Hassel puts this one across the face of goal. So the ball will be placed on the back line here now for Kakuraja to bring back into play. There's some 44 seconds left on the clock here in Chaka number 3, with the score being 5 goals it is to Ghantoot. 3 goals to Yas. Drives it up there, does. Kaku gets stopped, picked up here now by Hassel once again. Krotto wanting to make sure this time. There goes the first tutor. He just wants to tap, 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 tap. This one, he decides I'll take it in the air because the ball's bouncing because I can. And there it is, through the goals it is, to end the first half of this first match in His Highness, the President of the UAE Polo Cup 2021, with the score being 5 goals to 3. 5 goals to 4. And I'd just like to make a few announcements. And to thank our sponsors, of course, of this, His Highness, the President of the UAE Polo Cup 2021. Our governing partner being the Abu Dhabi Sports Council, the Emirates Polo Association, Yas International Holdings, Yas International Properties LLC. The sports coverage, of course, coming from Abu Dhabi Media as well, Al Etihad Newspapers, and also Yas TV. Our partnership here at Ghantoot with Capex.com, your trusted platform for trading globally. Porsche, Abu Dhabi and Al-Ain, and of course, for all your requisites that you require for anything equestrian and polo, Tack and Track in Dubai. And we'll be back with you, ladies and gentlemen, in about a minute's time after a few messages from Polo Line. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. For those on Polo Line, we see the boys at the Ghantoot camp just taking a good breather. We have plenty of time out here this afternoon. We've got a few stats here now. Thank you very much, El Director. We have Ghantoot 2-0 in chukker number 1. And 2 apiece there in chukker number 2. And we have 2 goals for Yas, but only the 1 for Ghantoot. Yas gaining a little bit more momentum as this match is progressing. But Ghantoot still managing to keep them at bay. But the boys just taking their time there. Good shot of the Ghantoot boys. Just rehydrating. They have had a few hot days. Oh, good bit of cheer on the face there of Pablo. They've had a few warm days. The last 2 Fridays especially have been very warm indeed. With last Friday, of course, being played up at Dubai Polo Equestrian Club for finals, and the Friday before that was, of course, the Gold Cup final. And of course you see, although I'd say the familiar face, but it isn't exactly because he's got his mask on, because he's abiding by the rules, is Kaku's father, Benhamin Araja, the youngest polo player ever to have won the Argentine Open. A formidable player indeed. Araja having played with Las Badania and also the Chapel Fu teams being the might and the power of the 80s. Playing with a great lineup, playing at number 1. Benjamin was playing before Carlos Gracida stepped in, with the 2 Perezes and Ernesto Trots, having been part of one of the all-time great teams in history. And going back on our stats, thank you, El Director, having won with Coronel Suarez and winning it for the first time at the tender age of 17 years of age. So the 2 teams coming back out on the field here now to get the second half of this match, and chukker number 4 underway. 5 goals it is to Ghantoot, 4 goals it is to Yas Holding. It'll be Santiago Taurita to get this ball back into play. And just to close the first half off, and there it is, Yasso Croto breaks free from his man, taps his ball forward, the ball comes up, and he says, okay, I'll take it in the air because I can, and puts it nicely through the goals. Super goal there by Hassel Croto. So 2 teams lining up here, looking to get the second half of this one underway here once again. It is Santiago Taurita bowls his ball into play, frontal line out. This one gets stopped by Almiri, gets sent a little bit further forward, but it's going to be Nasser to put the backhand up there for Kaku to pick up this time. Kaku comes under the neck here, sends that one beautifully up there for Crespo, who's found himself loose, and it's going to be Hassel to come back, looks for the hooking play, couldn't get the hook, but he drills this one underneath the neck, but the goal just says that's just gone wide. Just wide. It was close, but wide it goes. The pressure was on. Hassel putting the pressure there on Crespo. Hassel comes off the back line here this time, looking to get this one forward all the way up there for Ali Almiri. He does. He avoids the hook there from Shamsi. Keeps his ball moving forward. This is what we like to see from Almiri, running hard and running towards goal. It's Ali Almiri, gets his head down on this one, takes the ball forward, but just goes a little bit wide, allowing Nasser to get a bit of a tickle on that one there, but it's going to be crosser, going to be Araja to clear this one away, and it sends the backhand out there for Llorente. Llorente picks it up here now, puts on the brakes here. He knows he's got Delia there, looking to mark him. Delia just allowing him to open the window. Drives this one up forward here and on the run here. Now it is going to be Pablo wanting to make sure of this one. He says, I'll go by myself here this time. Just looking to finish it off this one with a little chip underneath the neck, and he does so perfectly there. Does Pablo Llorente. Taking the score now to 6-4. You see he's well in control here. Decides to run it himself. Nice controlling play there. Underneath the neck he comes. Threaded that between the purple shirts. And through the goals it is.
for goal number 6 for Ghantoot. 6 goals to Ghantoot it is, 4 goals to Yas. So the two teams, bit of indecision on which side to go to, but they've worked it out now, and it's back here now for Santiago Torreta to get this ball back into play. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you yesterday, Santiago. And the ball gets bowled into play, and it's going to be Manu to turn the play once again. Hassel just scooching on out of the way, and he sends this one up the front door, comes off the back of the pony before it can get to Almiri, but it's once again, Kaku comes up onto the play, stick side, near side, back onto a stick side once again, as confident as ever. Got himself a good platform on this little grey pony, takes it up forward himself on the bounce. He still keeps this ball moving forward, but it's just a little bit too much of that there to Manu, but he gets back onto it once again. He comes around the corner, but couldn't quite control on this occasion here, but in comes a big neck shot there by Nasser Al-Shamsi, and it just comes off a pony and wide. So players call Hassel, not wasting any time. Drives this one out into some nice open space for Tocolino. Tocolino under the neck here this time. Tocolino drives that one up there for Ali Almiri. Ali Almiri takes this one forward. Can't get back to him. There's Nasser. He just gets looked after there by Delia. Pushes him off out of it, but it looks like Ali Almiri's just pushed it wide. Got given the luxury of a little bit of space and time with the good work of Miguel to keep Nasser away from him. And it just goes wide. So remaining the same is the score. 6 goals to 4 it is in favour of Ghantoot. To bring the ball back into play is Ghantoot's Kaku Raja. Kaku sends this one forward. Didn't get much onto it as you'd like to do so. In comes the backhand, comes off the pony. First round onto it is going to be Hassel on his near side. Gets half hooked off out of it. And it's going to be picked up here now by Pablo. Pablo leaves it for Araja. Feeds it once forward. Does Araja to Pablo. This time leans into that one and drills it up forward, but there's no white shirts up forward. He opts to go by himself forward onto his own ball, but it's going to be Tocolino to cut this one wide. Out towards the far side of the field. Manu Tocolino checks up on the boards. Turns the play. Keeps moving forward. Comes around that corner with good momentum and drives it forward, but it's only as far as Araja. Closing the back goal once more. Underneath the tail it goes in towards the middle of the field. And well, linking onto that one there is Crespo, who just sends this one forward, and it looks like it is going to be Rente comes in, drills past his man, and unfortunately he just goes wide. I think we'll probably find there might be a quick change of pony there. As the ball sitting on the back line for Hassel to come in, Miguel was literally floundering. Unfortunately, there's no chance for him to actually do anything about that attack there. Rente just burnt past him. And so we have a free change as the whistle's blown, and the score is 6 goals it is to Ghantoot, 4 goals to Yas International Holdings. Although I said there's still a cool breeze, I must remind everyone it's still about 35 degrees. We do get accustomed to it over here in the UAE, just work on a different level of temperature. And by the evening, I'm sure as the sun starts to come down, we'll actually almost be going for jackets, can you believe it? As it gets down to about 25 or maybe a little bit below. It's just that drop in temperature that makes such a difference. So we have a good shot there of Pablo and Santiago Torreta with Kaku in the background as well. Pablo having a quick chat with Santi. Probably talking about the season in Soto Grande or something. So it looks like we're all back on the field, and Hassel going back to bring this ball back in once more for Yas Holding. So the ball brought back into play here now by Hassel, sending it up for Miguel. Miguel tries to drill that one up the middle of the field, but it's being intercepted by Pablo. Pablo picks it up here this time, beats the play. Couldn't quite pick that one up, but now it's, nope, Nasser's had a ball pulled away from him by his own teammate in the form of Pablo, and he sends him forward as he passes it up here now for Kaku, but well covered there by Crotto. Sends the backhand for Tocolino. Tocolino shuts the play down, avoids the hooking play and drives it up here now for Miguel. Miguel gets
driving shot clubs that ball up the field, but it's taken out of the play there by Pablo before it can get to Ali Almiri. Sends it forward once more, but it is Crespo kept off out the play by Hassel. Here's the call. Ali Almiri comes in to try and set the play there from Pablo. Pablo couldn't get enough onto that one there, but the play is stolen. Coming onto it here now is Nasser Al-Shamsi, and we get the attention of the umpire's whistle. Thought he was safe to go in there. And you can just see here on the drone shot, the backhand came in by Ali Almiri. And if he'd gone near side, he would have been fine. And you see Tocolino looking at the umpire whilst looking for a little bit of something. And the whistle came, giving a penalty for a 60-yard penalty in favour of Yas. And an opportunity for Manuel Tocolino to close this gap to 1 goal. As I mentioned before about his ability to hit a ball with accuracy comes from that swing. So it's not a bad swing to watch at all, although I've just said that. He'll probably make a... trying to find the right words without being inappropriate. Hopefully he doesn't make a mess of this one here, because normally his swing is very calculated indeed, where it almost pauses at the top of the swing before bringing it down. Never rushed. There he is, he drives that one, it's high, it's over the top and straight through the middle it is once again. Maybe not pausing at the top of the swing as much as he normally or quite often does, but didn't make any difference whatsoever in that one there. As you see on the replay, comes up to it nicely, drives that one straight through the middle of the pylons. For goal number 5 on the board there for Yas. 6-5 is the score in favour of Ghantoot with a minute 40 left to play. Santiago Togetá bowls the ball back into play once again. Comes away with Crespo, takes it in the air on the move. Does Crespo, puts it up towards the middle of the field. Tocolino looking to shut him off out of this one here. Does. Gets a bit of a hook and an interesting little play going on there, but he managed to pick it up here this time. Does Tocolino. Straightens himself up. Tocolino comes forward with the player behind Kaku and drills this one up past all the players up there for Ali Almiri. Ali Almiri up onto it here now, up over the 60-yard line. Ali Almiri just settling down onto this one here, just taps it towards the goals, but he looks up to the skies. Ali Almiri, he must be thinking, what is going on? It goes wide. So the ball back into play for Kaku Raja. Kaku taps it forward here this time. Kaku sends a driving shot off here this time out towards the side to get up for Crespo, but it looks like Crespo and Manu come together on this one here now. Gets called to leave it there by Pablo. Well disciplined by Crespo, as it is Pablo unmarked on this pointer here now. Realises you've got Kaku going forward, goes with the driving shot, places that one forward. Has it got enough distance on it for him to get to it there in front of Dilly? He does. He picks it up as Kaku and flicks this one in just after the first 2 to go. Gets defended and clears away off the post. It comes. It's going to be Manu Tocolino to drive this one away there from the Ash goal and sends it up. Tries to get this one. Checks up. Delia drags that ball forward up here now. Lost a little bit of momentum, allowing Kaku to get back into contention with him here this time. Drives it up forward for Almiri. Can he come on? No, he can't get onto that one cleanly. It is going to be Nasser Al-Shamsi for the backhand. The backhand by Nasser, picked up by Kaku. He drives this one forward, and that there will end Chukka number 4 with the score being 6 goals it is to Ghantoot. 5 goals it is to Yas Holdings at the end of Chukka number 4. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will leave you for a moment, and we'll have a few messages and adverts from Polo Line.
So the two teams coming back out on the field here now to get the fifth and final chukker underway. Well, you never just do know. We've only got one goal in it. We might have to go to the extra chukker. Ghantoot 6, yes 5. All to play for out here in the first of our matches. In His Highness, the President of the UAE Polo Cup 2021. I'd like to also, of course, thank our governing partner here, Abu Dhabi Sports Council. The Emirates Polo Association, Yas International Holdings, you see here playing out here this afternoon, Yas International Properties. Our media also being covered in Abu Dhabi by Al Etihad newspaper and Yas TV. And our other supporting partners out here this afternoon are Capex.com, Porsche, Abu Dhabi and Al Ain, and of course Tack and Track for all your question requisites. So two teams lining up there on Santiago Torguetar, gets that ball back into play. In the middle line it is, off the back of it, they're trying to work it away. There is Tocolino. Tocolino gets hooked off out of it, and it is going to be Pablo comes away with it on the far side. Llorente running this ball down the board. Llorente keeping moving forward. He's got Tocolino in front. Keeps on going here now. He's all by himself here. There is Pablo. Gives it the big driving shot, but going back hard at it. There is Tocolino looking to push him wide out on it and take control of the play. Does so as the ball just sits there on the back line. He couldn't pick it up. A nice little backhand to feed it up here now for Tocolino. Good play there by Almiri. It is Tocolino looking to see who's up there in front of him. He just checks up as he realizes he's going to get shut down on it. Unfortunately, leaves that one behind here now. And it is Pablo turning back once more towards the goal. He's over the top of that one. The backhand not executed there by Hassel, but first onto it is going to be Kaku. Just gets his play spoilt. They're coming from all directions trying to attack this one here now, but it's Kaku Raja comes with it under the neck. He plays that shot towards the goal. Tries to stop it as Hassel, but through the goals it is for goal number 7 on the board there for Ghantoot by Kaku Raja. Bit of confusion there, but Kaku as always just keeps the head cool as a cucumber and sets it through the goals for goal number 7. As we probably all heard the adage, playing with fire in your veins and ice in your brain, and I don't think anybody's ever really seen Kaku get too upset. Certainly hasn't this season. The ball gets put up forward here this time, and it's going to be Llorente to come away with it here now, looking for a little something out of there was Delia, but Llorente's unstoppable out here this afternoon as Nasser Al-Shamsi keeps Delia off, allowing the luxury and space and time for Llorente to stick and ball this one away for goal number 8. 8 goals it is now to Ghantoot. 5 goals. You just see a nice play there by Nasser, keeping Miguel Delia off it, allowing the luxury of time and space for Pablo to put it away through the goals for goal number 8. So just lining the two teams up here now is Santiago Torguetar. And we get a whistle on the play just to start the play there. I mean, as you see, Pablo was just taking his time coming back, giving Hassel the opportunity to change, but the umpire's also blown the whistle as well. So the ball comes into play, and out the back of the line, out it comes here for Kaku. He couldn't get onto that one cleanly, but it's going to be Pablo casually passes this one up forward and says, I'll look after the back door if you want to go up there. Kaku once again and drills this one forward, only as far as a good backhand by Hassel. On the top of the bounce, sends it forward, tries to pick that one up, but it's play of Ali Almiri's is spoilt by Pablo, who makes a turning play, tries to get away there from Delia, manages to do so, keeps his ball in the air, couldn't quite get the next one off, and the backhand comes in there, sending it out wide, and back onto this one to start the attack all over again is Kaku Raja with Almiri coming in behind. Under the neck he comes this time down the middle of the field, looking for central space there, but first onto it is going to be Hassel once again. Grotto opens it up the backhand, looking to send it up here now for Manu. Gets his pocket pick there. Umpire couldn't see that, backwards turned and drives this one forward in towards the goal there. Does Pablo. And through the goals it is. For goal number 9 for Ghantoot by Pablo Llorente. So two teams back to the middle of the field here now.
For umpire Togator just to bowl this one into play it is. Out the line, out it comes. NASA going on to this one, but it's going to be Crotto to shut him out of his play. Backhand by him, setting up Almiri. Goes with the one-time play to get that one up the front door to Tocolino, but he's been looked after well there by Crespo. Takes it round on his near side. Back on stays on his near side. This time, yields off it, leaves it now for Jurente over the top of that one there. Coming back onto it is going to be Delia, comes in, plays the backhand out there, looking to set up. Manu turns back inside once more. Drives this one up forward. Doesn't quite get enough on that one, but checking up out of the better of the two there is Kaku once again. Not just a great hit of the ball and a sportsman, he's got an incredible ability of his horsemanship as he drives that ball forward up towards the boards. Fortuitously, it doesn't hop out over the boards as Kaku comes up onto the play here now. Kaku drills that ball up forward here now, does so only as far as Naso looks to make the spoiling play, does so. He keeps this ball alive, but it's going to be Manu just sends this one out forward here now, taking it away from the danger zone for Hassel. Grotto once again drives this ball up forward, does Grotto. Coming back hard with him is Ali Almiri to look after Crespo, who's coming back, but Hassel's going to stick and ball this all the way home, and all the way home he does. He goes with a little flick shot just to make sure of it and puts it back through the centre of goals. Hassel Grotto. Just off screen, you can't see the work going behind it, but Hassel's just there. But no, you push it a bit wide, just comes in, flicks it on the near side. Through the goals it goes for goal number 6 for Yas Holdings International. 9 goals, though, still to Ghantoot. With just a couple of minutes left to play, a few of the players have already left the field to change pony. Crespo looks like he's going to disappear off now, as is Manu off the field. Just coming back on, the ball gets bowled back into play it is. Coming forward with it is Delia. Nice open backhand, looking to set up Ali Almiri. Ali Almiri going forward up onto it here now. Ali Almiri's got 2 white shirts hunting him down. He flicks this one in. Can he get back onto it? No, he couldn't, nor could Kaku this time, but it's going to be, it comes off a pony once again. It couldn't be controlled there, but it's Nasser Shamsi to come in and steal that one away and clear it away for Ghantoot once again. Nasser comes around the corner. Unfortunately, it just bobbles over his mallet, just flicked away there by Kaku to pass it up to Jurente. Decides to take the route around the corner, and it does. Pablo finds himself a bit of space and drills that one up there for Crespo. Crespo and Manu coming onto it here now. He left himself a long way wide, but he gets a nice controlled shot in towards the goal. Towards the goal it is, but just wide to the left it goes on this occasion. Wide to the left it is. Pablo feeling confident enough in the previous play to be able to make the turning play to make space for himself and then send this ball up there for Crespo. And the ball's been brought back into play here by Hassel. Drives it forward, up the front door. He's looking here this time, but it's cut out of the play by Jurente. Jurente didn't quite get enough out of that one there. Bit of confusion between Ali Almiri and Tocolino, but now it is going to be Araja to pick it up. Araja gets hooked off out of it for the long reach there of Crotto. Crotto got his man in behind him in the form of Ali Almiri to pick this ball up forward. Couldn't get back onto that one there. And there goes the final hooter, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together. Ghantoot running out the winners. 9 goals to 6 over Yas Holdings, Las International Holdings. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'd like everyone to be careful and please be vigilant of our COVID rules here at Ghantoot. And I'd also like to thank our governing partner, the Abu Dhabi Sports Council, the Emirates Polo Association, Yas International Holdings, Yas International Properties, Al Ittihad Newspapers, Yas TV, Capex.com, our trusted trading platform, Porsche, Abu Dhabi, and Alain, and of course, Tack and Track. And we have, thank you very much indeed, Director, we have a few little messages of how the progression of the match went. 2 goals it was to Ghantoot, and then with 0 to Yas. 2 goals apiece in Chukka number 2. 1-2 in favour of Yas in Chukka number 3, making the score 5 goals to 4 at half-time. Just a goal margin again still in Chukka number 4, 6 goals to 5. But the final score is 9 goals to 6 in favour of Ghantoot. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a few more stats coming up through here. Thank you, Director, if we can have those. We have, you see on that one there, field goals. 9 goals it was on field goals. All scored from the field, which is good to see for Ghantoot. 5 for Yas. Throw-ins, pretty even Stevens on that, 9-8. Fouls committed, 1-2. No yellow cards. One penalty there in favour of Yas International, scored by Manu Tocolino from the 60-yard line. A penalty for 1 goal apiece. No safeties. And now what we'd like to do for those on Polo Line, or those here at the field, it's always a good idea to tune in and actually watch the live as well, because we get the good replays coming in. A great job done by Polo Line. And now we have a few of the goals of the match. This one here, the first one being by Kreppel. That was his commitment there, head down. Had a bit of a tangle with the goalpost, but didn't make any difference to him. Comes back onto it again, beats his man, comes with the backhand, played exceptionally well this season, has Kreppel. Oh, there you go. Nice field goal there. Great shot by the penalty taker himself. Manu Tocolino putting this one away, but here we have Gerente running towards goal. Beautiful approach shot there. Just a little wide. Cuts it back in and says, thank you very much indeed. We'll have that. And here we have Yasso Crotto as well. Pretty similar sort of play, actually. Goes with the next shot. Oh, no, this was actually the next one where he had to cut it back in. But that one there, nice next shot from a distance, just inside the left-hand goalpost. I think this will be the one here now. Tapping it forward, push it a little bit wide. No, that's his one in the air. We'll get it right eventually, or we'll certainly get there all in due course. Play very strongly indeed in Hassel Crotto for the Yas team. But once again, it's Llorente. Comes under the neck, threads it between the two shirts of his opposition, and through the goals it is. And the last one, I'm informed, is by Pablo once again. Through the goals it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with you shortly. We have a little bit of a break here, a little bit of divoting going on the field, bit of repair for our next match, which will be between Abu Dhabi and Ghantoot Polo. So, ladies and gentlemen, we look forward to seeing you here on Polo Line in about 1 hour's time. Thank you very much.